Every parent's nightmare begins with a single question: where is my child? The fear grips you, and your mind races through 1,000 possibilities, each more terrifying than the last. For the Rivas family, that nightmare became real on a spring evening. The sun had just set, casting long shadows over their suburban home. Celeste Rivas, 15, from Lake Elsinore, California, vanished on April 5, 2024. Her disappearance sent shockwaves through the tight-knit community. She was last seen leaving her house around 9 p.m., wearing gray pants, a black sweater, and Hello Kitty sandals. The security camera footage showed her walking away, but it offered no clues as to where she was headed. When she didn't return, her family launched a desperate search, reaching out to friends, posting online, and pleading for help. Days turned into months, and the initial flurry of activity began to wane. The initial search faded, but her family's hope never did. They clung to the belief that Celeste would come back to them, that she was out there somewhere, waiting to be found. For 17 months, the Rivas family lived in agonizing uncertainty, replaying her last day, haunted by questions. Did she run away? Was she taken? Each day brought new theories and new fears. The community's concern faded, but for her family, time stood still. The world moved on, but their lives were frozen in that moment of loss. Every phone call brought hope and dread. Each ring could be the news they were waiting for, or another dead end. The pain of not knowing became a daily burden. It was a weight that pressed down on them, making every day a struggle. They clung to memories and prayed for a miracle. Each photograph, each memory was a lifeline to the past, a reminder of happier times. The silence after her disappearance was deafening, leaving a family fractured by loss. The once lively home was now a place of sorrow and unanswered questions. The question of what happened to Celeste would haunt them for months to come. Each passing day without answers deepened the wound, leaving them to wonder if they would ever find closure. The story took a shocking turn far from Lake Elsinore, in a Hollywood tow yard. On September 8, 2025, workers at Hollywood Tow noticed a foul odor coming from a white Tesla. Investigating, they opened the trunk and found a sealed bag containing human remains. The discovery stunned the workers, who immediately called the LAPD. The body was severely decomposed, indicating it had been there for a long time. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's Office was called to recover the remains and begin identification. The Tesla, abandoned in the Hollywood Hills before being towed, became the centerpiece of a chilling investigation. Detectives secured the scene, knowing every detail could be a clue. The car was no longer just abandoned property. It was evidence in a possible homicide. The discovery answered where Celeste was, but raised even darker questions. Who put her there and why? As police traced the Tesla's history, they began to unravel a story that was far more complex than anyone had anticipated. What started as a routine investigation quickly took a dramatic turn. The case exploded into national headlines, dominating news cycles and sparking heated debates on social media. People everywhere wanted to know who was behind the wheel and how was a luxury car tied to such a shocking crime. The car was registered to David Anthony Burke, better known as D4vd, a rising music star whose name was suddenly on everyone's lips for reasons no one could have predicted. At just 20, D4vd had millions of fans and a skyrocketing career. His concerts sold out in minutes, and his songs topped streaming charts around the world. The celebrity connection turned a local tragedy into a high-profile mystery, with reporters camped outside his shows and fans desperate for answers. D4vd, who first found fame on TikTok, was known for his emotional lyrics and unique style. His music resonated with a generation, blending vulnerability with raw energy. News that his car was at the center of a homicide investigation shocked fans and the public. Social media feeds filled with speculation, concern, and disbelief. At the time, D4vd was reportedly on tour, performing in packed venues far from Los Angeles. His team released statements confirming his whereabouts, but rumors continued to swirl. His representatives confirmed he owned the Tesla and was cooperating with police, emphasizing he was not a suspect. They urged the public to avoid jumping to conclusions as the investigation unfolded. Still, the connection cast a shadow over his career. The pressure mounted as every move he made was scrutinized by the media and fans alike. A scheduled performance was canceled as the investigation intensified, leaving fans disappointed and fueling even more speculation about his involvement. The story was no longer just about a missing girl. It was about a famous singer, his car, and a tragic discovery that captivated the nation. The public's imagination ran wild, and the case became a media sensation, with every new detail dissected and discussed across the country. To truly understand the public's fascination with this case, you have to know D4vd's story, a story that's as unlikely as it is captivating. His journey from obscurity to stardom is the kind of modern legend that captures imaginations and headlines alike. D4vd grew up in Houston, Texas, where he was just another teenager obsessed with video games. He spent countless hours in his room, uploading Fortnite gameplay videos to YouTube, dreaming of making it big in the gaming world. For him, gaming was more than a hobby. It was an escape, a passion, and a way to connect with others online. But when copyright strikes threatened his channel, D4vd took matters into his own hands. He started recording his own original music, using nothing but his sister's closet for soundproofing and a simple iPhone app to lay down tracks. It was a DIY approach born out of necessity, but it unlocked a hidden talent he never knew he had. In 2022, everything changed. His haunting single, Romantic Homicide, exploded on TikTok, racking up millions of streams and catapulting him onto the Billboard Hot 100. Practically overnight, D4vd went from a bedroom musician to a viral sensation, his music echoing across social media feeds worldwide. D4vd's raw, emotional lyrics and unique sound struck a chord with millions of listeners. His authenticity set him apart, earning him a devoted fan base, a major record deal, and collaborations with stars like Kali Uchis and Hyunjin. Suddenly, he was performing for sold-out crowds and working with artists he'd once idolized. In a poetic twist, D4vd even created an anthem for Fortnite, the very game that started it all, bringing his journey full circle and cementing his place in both gaming and music culture. His meteoric rise from gamer to global sensation was nothing short of astonishing. Millions followed his every move, watching as he navigated fame, creativity, and the pressures of the spotlight. Now, those same fans, many of them Celeste's age, were left reeling. They struggled to reconcile the artist they admired with the grim reality of the investigation, their excitement replaced by confusion and disbelief. The darkness of the case stood in stark contrast to the bright, hopeful backdrop of D4vd's recent success. The world that had celebrated his rise was now forced to confront a much harsher reality. The celebrity angle made the tragedy even more compelling and unsettling. Every new detail was dissected by fans and the media, fueling speculation and anxiety. The world was watching, and the stakes had never been higher. For D4vd, for his fans, and for everyone caught up in the whirlwind, nothing would ever be the same. While the world focused on the Tesla's owner, investigators faced a crucial task identifying the victim. The remains were too decomposed for visual ID. Forensic methods were needed. For Celeste's family, the wait was agonizing. But her mother, following the news, recognized a detail that shattered her hope, a tattoo described in reports. Celeste had a unique tattoo on her right index finger. Shh! Her mother reached out to TMZ, convinced the victim was her daughter. Her public statement put a name and face to the tragedy, shifting focus back to Celeste. On September 15, 2025, the medical examiner confirmed the remains were Celeste's, using the tattoo and other evidence. For the Rivas family, hope was extinguished. Their search was over, replaced by grief. The nightmare had entered a new, even more painful chapter. The world now knew the victim's name and her story. The Shhh tattoo became more than an ID. It was a haunting clue. Online sleuths noticed something strange. D4vd had a similar Shhh tattoo on his right index finger. Was it coincidence or a sign of a deeper connection? Theories exploded when Celeste's mother revealed her daughter once dated a boy named David. D4vd's real name, David Anthony Burke. The matching tattoos and shared name fueled speculation about a hidden link between the singer and the victim. Law enforcement has not confirmed any relationship between D4vd and Celeste. Theories swirled online, but police remained silent. Coincidences happen, but the public saw a compelling narrative. The tattoo became a symbol of the mystery, possibly the key to solving the case, or just a tragic coincidence. The story now had a face, a name, and a chilling question. What really connected Celeste and D4vd? The investigation pressed on, with the world watching. The truth remained elusive. With Celeste identified, the LAPD faces mounting pressure to solve the case. The investigation is still classified as a death investigation, pending the official cause of death. Detectives are reconstructing Celeste's final months and analyzing the Tesla's digital data for clues. The car's computer could reveal who accessed it, when, and where it traveled. Police are also interviewing witnesses and verifying D4vd's whereabouts. Every detail is being scrutinized to build a solid case. The goal: justice for Celeste and answers for her family. For Celeste's family, confirmation of her death ended uncertainty, but began a new chapter of grief. They must now mourn a daughter lost at 15, under the glare of international media. The public's reaction has been a mix of horror, sadness, and fascination. Social media buzzes with theories and calls for justice, keeping the spotlight on the case. This attention pressures police but also spreads misinformation. D4vd, not named a suspect, faces intense scrutiny. The story resonates with parents and young people alike, a chilling reminder of vulnerability. The community mourns, united in shock and sorrow. The world waits for answers, hoping for justice. Celeste's story is not forgotten. As of September 18, 2025, the case of Celeste Rivas remains unsolved. We know who she was, how she was found, and the famous owner of the car. But the most important questions, what happened and why, remain unanswered. Did Celeste know D4vd? Are the tattoos and shared name coincidence or connection? The timeline is still unclear. What happened during those 17 months? Authorities are silent, the public desperate for answers. The search for justice has only begun. Behind the headlines is a family mourning a life cut short far too soon.